Many of you know that at the beginning of the year, I gave my brother a regular weekly blog spot on my website, How to Get the Guy. And since then, he's been writing wonderful articles and things have been going great until now. It backfired. First, before I even go into the story, let me just preface this whole thing. I have had an obsession for a long time, for many years. And that obsession has been, how do you get good with people? Now, forget the dating stuff for a moment, because the dating stuff to me was almost a late addition. I started learning about dating and attraction and relationships later on. What I was really fascinated in, even years before that, was what makes people tick? How do you get what you want out of people? How do you communicate with people? How do you influence them? How do you create scenarios where you make the most impact out of anybody in a certain room? I've studied over the years many different people who are amazing influencers of people, whether they're the best public speakers in the world, whether they're the best storytellers, whether they're the greatest comedians. I was always looking for those people that stand out and refining techniques for this. With this stuff, it was all about, oh, well, I need this. I need to, if I'm going to write a book and go on TV and create a YouTube channel and all of this stuff, I need to have these abilities for influencing people. I did an interview a few weeks ago on a show called Elvis Duran. And some of you will know it's a massive radio show in the USA, one of the biggest. And Elvis is one of the great radio personalities out there and such an amazing veteran of what he does. When I first went into the studio, they started making fun of the fact that I was wearing sweatpants. And as they were mocking me, I led what they said into a story. And this story, after a couple of minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, turned the whole room around and got them on my side. After a few minutes, already the feedback was coming in. Comments, tweets, Facebook replies, people saying that it was amazing and they were enjoying it so much and it was so funny. And my brother was one of the listeners. He was one of the people tuning in. At the end of the interview, he called me and his tone was almost angry. He said, "I know exactly what you did there. You may be fooling everyone else, but you're not fooling me." And I kind of laughed and I said, what do you mean? He goes, "That story you told when you first went in there, I know you had that planned out. That was not you being spontaneous and charismatic and funny. You had that already." And I laughed and I said, "Yeah, but I said it happened. It was a real story." He goes, "I know, but that wasn't spontaneous. I bet you'd written notes about it, right?" And I laughed. I said, "Yeah, I wrote notes on my iPad. The story happened to me on the plane and I wrote notes on my iPad on the plane in advance of the interview." He said, "I knew it." He goes, "Send me the notes. Send me your iPad notes." And I sent him the notes. And he said, "Right." He said, "I'm going to work on something. I'll call you later." And he just left. I assumed he was writing the article for that week. That's not what he was doing. He actually set about writing a kind of expose on me and said, "I want you to send this to everyone you know. I want your audience, your fans, your followers, I want them to see this." And at first I said to him point blank, "No, I'm not sending this. This is too personal. We don't normally get this personal, and I don't normally tell them every little behind the scenes thing that I'm doing." He said, "Well, then you're not helping people. Because this would actually help people. If you sent them this would help them because they would see what you're doing." And they, in his words, he goes, "They would see that you're not naturally charismatic, that you're not naturally funny, that you're not naturally a great storyteller, that these are techniques that you're using." Now, to give you some context, my brother knows that I have been working on this stuff for years. He knows that I've always been interested in how to influence people. And knowing what he knows, he sat there and he broke it down step by step, which was fascinating and embarrassing to read, given that it was about me. So after many hours of deliberating and thinking about this, I decided, fine, we will put it out there. With the knowledge that people might read this and think that I'm less impressive, that they might not give me the same credit anymore for the things that I do, because they'll kind of have the secrets, they'll have the techniques and what I do behind the scenes. But that's okay, because it's good for you. You'll enjoy it and you'll be able to use this stuff today. So to get it, go to howtogettheguide.com/behind the curtain. We'll put up a link on the video right now. We'll put it up below the video. I hope you enjoy it. Here's to my embarrassment and your new superpowers. I'll see you soon.